Well, for take 2 of qualifying, I thought I messed something up and I didn't. We're still going to qualify last. I'm going to feel a little bit bad if we get a penalty for somebody in front of us that makes us not start 40th now. But we will do it again. Because I backed out, so that qualifying order's done. Over the Montoya stripe as we enter 3 and 4. See if we can do any better. Daytona 500 qualifying underway with 0 hopes of not qualifying last. At least this setup, unlike the one we tested in practice, it's at least stable, which I feel like is going to be really big for us, especially in the race, with how aggressive the AI is with pushing you. The stability is going to be greatly appreciated. All right, we'll drop down to the bottom and see what we can do. The goal's a 145 or 45.4. That is not even in the realm of possibility. I would say probably not. CapCut is... I was glad I found it and started using it. Through 3 and 4 for the final time in qualifying. A little bit of a bobble. We didn't hit the apron, so that's good as we come around, but I don't know if it's fast or not. At least for us. Barely faster than we did the previous time, but it is still last. Let's see how the field will come to green. So now it's Chase Elliott on pole with Kyle Larson in second. So the redo of qualifying actually benefits the Hendrick cars. So they've got speed. We don't. Brad Keselowski, I think, was third the first time he did this as well. Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch, and Kurt Busch right behind him. They'll start alongside of him. 5th and 6th there. Bubba Wallace in 7th. Eric Jones, Cole Custer, Austin Cindric in the top 10 as we take a look at the rest of the order. Any surprises? Not really. Not as of yet. Good qualifying performance for the 44. 28 is probably about all that thing has. Kevin Harvick down here in 38. That's a little bit of a surprise, so hopefully we can follow him up to the front. 2024 Daytona 500. No idea where the car noises are. So Landon Castle starting in the back due to failing tech inspection. AJ Allmendinger is in the back after an engine change. And Noah Gragson crashed during qualifying. So he is driving a backup car. As now we take a look at the stories of the race before we get underway here at Daytona. So those will be the 3 cars behind us. And good news for us is that we do start on the inside lane. Right behind Kevin Harvick. Hopefully this is good news. As we are underway in the Daytona 500 for 2024. We get a great run early. I don't want to be there quite yet. I actually missed a shift being off the throttle there. So we got to be careful here. We need a push. We need a push. No, we don't. We got to run. I don't want to go to the outside this early. We'll follow Landon Castle for the time being. Hopefully get a run as they check up here into turn 3. Castle to the bottom. That got scary early. In the draft, this thing doesn't handle quite as easily as it did before. Now, a checkup on the high side. We'll stay to the bottom. Watch for any cars moving down to the inside lane as Kaz Grala does just that. Can we make a move on Grala? Yes. Yes, we can. We'll continue to follow Allmendinger. Allmendinger dropped down in behind Kevin Harvick, which is where I like to be, but as long as we're following that 4 car, I think we're going to wind up in the front. We had to get off the gas, and Landon Castle nearly took advantage of the inside. All right, well, we're going to find the back bumper of the 4 again. Getting a shove from behind. I think that may be Timmy Hill. And the bump drafting just upsets these cars so much as Harvick made a move to the outside. Not where I want to be, so we're not going to stay on the back of the 4 for very long. We get another shove from Timmy Hill, forces us up the track a little bit. But a good run as the outside is just not going anywhere. We've got to get off the gas, otherwise we were going to get into the back of J.J. Yaley in the MBM Ford. And a huge shove from Timmy Hill. What the fuck is going on here? I was really scared we were about to be 4 wide as we are near the front of the field in Daytona here early. Hill with another huge shove. Nowhere to go with it this time, so we'll get off the gas. Hill trying to push us again. Did the 18 car say Kyle Busch on the back? Yeah, probably. You got to remember this is 2022. He wasn't driving for RCR yet. As we are inside the top 10, albeit barely. 2 pretty neat lines. We're in behind our teammate Chase Elliott for the moment. Didn't really want the shove there from Timmy Hill. Didn't look like Elliott was going to want to do much of anything with that, as we actually pushed him up to the middle lane. That's not good. We want the help here on the bottom. Outside lane fizzling out. That's the 31, the car we were almost driving in this race and all season long. Elliott with a fake move to the outside on Chastain. Now he gets a shove from us back to the inside, cracking the top 5. Timmy Hill has shoved our 48 car to the front. It is past Daytona 500 winner Michael McDowell, as Elliott might just be a little bit too aggressive here in the early stages. We're going to get on the back of Elliott, and Timmy Hill's going to get on the back of us, and we are gone. That shouldn't be how that works. We might be too far out in front now. Big ass pack from Timmy Hill. He's going to shove us to the lead here, I suspect. And he does. Well, big thanks to Timmy Hill, although he is about to drop off the back, and now he's going to try and get past us. He's still shoving. There he goes. So now we're the sitting duck, all by ourselves out in front. That outside lane will form eventually, and you do see Timmy Hill trying to have a look on the inside. Maybe the blocking is a bit too aggressive here in the early stages. We're going to see what the outside lane can do. Now it is last year's champion, Ryan Blaney, in behind us in second spot. Timmy Hill, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones round out the top 5, and there goes Blaney. So the Penske Ford to the front, and we've got a Penske Ford in behind us. That I think is eventually going to give us a shove. Now, we did a very short race the other day. It's going to be important when you make your move here today. And as we need a shove from Cindric in a bad way. We're falling like a rock. Now Timmy Hill pulls down. Chase Elliott thinking about it. He's going to stay in behind Blaney and get shuffled out a little bit. Not getting a shove from the 2 at all. Didn't want to completely ass-pack Timmy Hills. There's a run for Chase Elliott. Pushed by Michael McDowell to the lead. 25 to go in stage 1. Elliott moves up. We might be able? No, not quite. Gonna get Timmy Hill to the quarter panel of Chase Elliott. I don't know if pushing Timmy Hill is going to be very advantageous for us. As we make a move to the inside of Hill, Elliott moves up to cover. As here comes Castle, we'll kind of get in his way. Going for the sweep at Daytona. We won in trucks on Friday, Xfinity on Saturday, and then you also go back to the Rolex 24 and Gran Turismo 7. We won that too, so Daytona has been very kind to us. Really just doesn't feel like I can get a great shove. Oh, now we can. Pushing Timmy Hill to the point at Daytona. And now let's see if we can't get him to be a sitting duck and lead a lap. He actually stayed on the bottom. Now he comes up to cover us in the middle lane. We could have a go. Nobody's going to follow us, though, so this could be an issue. Whoa, and Hill turned down in on us. Everyone survives for the moment, an early moment in this Daytona 500. Look at the two. What a run out of Austin Cindric. A little three-car breakaway. Cindric, I think that might be Todd Gilliland and Cole Custer. I'm going to try and give Custer a shove. The 38 goes to the high side. Leaves us hanging. Kaz Grala has made his way to the front in the Money Team car. That colorful Pit Viper machine. I'm going to try and give Custer the edge as we complete a lap with 22 to go in stage one. We only ran a 47-second lap. In the race, in the pack. How can the AI qualify with 45s? We got a massive shove from Timmy Hill. Cole Custer blocked it off. Leading this race is going to be a bit tough here today, I think. A move to the inside of Custer. No idea if that's... Would we call that legal? I don't think I was below the yellow line. I think we will lead our second lap of this race. We are abandoned just a little bit. And we do lead a lap. Here comes the 15 of Ryan Preece. One of the Rick Ware cars is leading the Daytona 500 right now is Timmy Hill. I think he got a shove from Eric Jones. And we almost got hooked. Now we got Greg Biffle behind us. Look at all the backmarker cars up here in the front in Daytona. And look at the shove from the Biff. The Chevy power, maybe a little bit too much power. That's one hell of a push there from Greg Biffle. One to go in stage one. Oh, and we got left out to dry. There goes Biffle. The Grambling State University car. Oh, God. Oh, my Lord, the 78. I checked my rearview mirror, and I just see a car coming at me like a missile. Jesus. So it's us and the Biff on the inside. The 78 of BJ McLeod shoved by our teammate Chase Elliott. We'll try and help out Greg Biffle here. Keep him in the lead. This is a whole lot more different than what we've done the last 2 days. We've been able to lead the majority of the laps in the Xfinity and the truck race. This is going to be a challenge. 100 laps of this. When I can't lead for more than a lap. I didn't really want to abandon Biffle there, but I guess we will. We're not clear, Biffle, in the 78! Oh my God! That's absurd! We're leading an inside line that's going nowhere as everyone's just shoving each other to the front, and we drop outside of the top 10. Jesus, the push. Maybe draft effect on high just doesn't work on the next-gen cars. I don't know. Oh, watch out. Kyle Busch, I thought, was about to murder me. We could make a move to the inside of Stenhouse. I'm going to think better of that here early on. That's... Whoa! Big check up. We've got to get off the gas. Which is unfortunate, because now we're dropping back again. And there's the 27. The Hezebird machine giving us a shove as Cody Ware tried to drop down. That got scary. 27 back on our rear bumper. And back inside the top 5. I don't want to shove here. We've got nowhere to go with it. I guess we're going to give a bump to Kevin Harvick as well. Maybe push Harvick to the lead now that the 42 is out of line. Halfway through stage 1, and we might just get the 27 to force us past the 4. Oh, God almighty. Oh, these pushes are something else. Well, can we block? I'm not really sure. Denny Hamlin coming hard on the outside. Can I get in front of that for the moment? Yes, we leave the inside. That's the same thing that happened in that test race, where there's two lanes are coming at you, and there's just nowhere to go. You can't block them both. And I made the opposite move we did in the other one. We got beat on the inside there. Feel like the move is you're going to want to make the pass for the lead in turn 3 of the final lap. There's the other Gibbs car up here towards the front, the 20 of Christopher Bell. Pushed by the former driver of that car, Eric Jones. Huge push from the 27. Back to the lead again. I have a feeling if this continues the way it's going, we're going to be in the lead a lot, but we may not lead that many laps. I see the 9 car. We're not going to block our teammate here. Would be nice if the 27 would lock on before I get past, but they won't push you if you're not the leader. Or if you are the leader, rather. 27 with a big shove again. Hopefully he stays on a little bit longer. And he will. So no idea where we're at for laps led, but it feels like we may have led the most early on, at least from the time we've been up here. It didn't take us many laps to get to the front. That insane push from Timmy Hill that pretty much started all the way back in 30th spot and then somehow just all the way up to the front. Timmy Hill just almost never left our back bumper. Oh, we have to pit here in a bit. We have 3 laps remaining on our fuel. So as much as I'd love to try and block that outside line, just in case we don't get a caution, gonna be a good idea, I think, to stay where we are. There's the fuel light. Do we get the usual in-game scripted caution? Or are we gonna have to make a green flag stop? It appears we're making a green flag stop, which could really turn this race on its head. Well, we're getting past here on the entry to pit road. Well, we didn't speed on pit road this time, so we'll take it. We're gonna need a friend. And that friend just might be Greg Biffle. No idea where they get that initial run from. How they're so much quicker on the... quicker to get back up to speed than I am. Draft effect maybe, as we have Penske cars running side by side in front of us. That's Logano and Blaney. And the good news is now Biffle is going to push us for a while. Pretty much until we're back in the lead. Biffle might stay on our rear bumper. So there's a few cars that haven't pitted yet. We are back into third. Biffle is raring to go. Come on, Biff. Biff will push us up into third. We should have the lead again whenever those other two pit. Jones and Hesemans. And the tandem draft with Biffle right now is working. We actually have a third car in line that is Justin Haley in the 31. Hesemans is still out here. He is pitting by himself at Daytona. That is certainly a choice. And that's him way up there. We're going to blow by him, and then that's when this is going to get interesting. Oh, or we have a caution. That's certainly a bold move by Hesemans. He does get the caution, and he will pit now, but that's a choice. We do not need to pit. He should be the only car pitting, and he is. So everyone packed up again as we restart here at Daytona. 6 to go in stage 1. And we are pulling away, which is the last thing we want to do. Gonna make us a sitting duck. And who knows where we'd wind up. I don't think we're gonna get a shove from Haley, given that we're in the lead. So watch out for the high side here. Haley with a move down to the bottom. I think that's Logano lurking back there, leading the high lane. but it's just not forming up at the moment. A run for Haley. Will he make anything happen with it? For the moment, no. 5 to go in the stage. That's Cole Custer getting a shove on the outside. We're not going to block that. Maybe we should have. Now we get the shove from Haley. Some separation between Custer and Logano. We should have no problem retaking the lead. Let's see how long Justin Haley's going to stay on our rear bumper. Probably until about the exit of turn 4. Yep, and there he goes. Can we lead this lap? It appears yes. Three wide. That's not what we want to see behind us. Although the 2 backs off. Watch out for Landon Castle on the high side. This late in the stage, we're going for the block. We want that stage win. But it's going to be tough to do. To hold off this pack. And once we get into the corner, I don't think there's going to be anything we can do about it. Blocking may just be fruitless. Haley locks on again, Landon Castle to the point. Haley tried to make a move to the inside. Not really sure why. Castle gives up the bottom. That's going to give Justin Haley the room to push us right back to the point. Haley with a move to the outside. Opens up the inside lane for Cody Ware. Little rub of the apron. This feels like the longest period of time we've led this race. And might be the first time we've led back-to-back laps. Not sure. Here comes the 2 with 2 to go in the stage. The block there, we hardly get down in front of Cody Ware. We want those stage points. But we also want to win this race. So if they get 3 wide, might not be the move. For the moment, Ware is actually kind of helping block off that high side run from Denny Hamlin. And the good news is with the stage cautions, we're going to get a little bit of practice, hopefully, in what our plan is going to be for the final lap. Denny Hamlin with a big shove, coming to 1 to go. You know what? We're going to let him go. We're going to let him go and hope Cody Ware locks on. Hamlin dropped down to the bottom. That'll help us out, as does the 2. Where do we make our move? We're going to follow Denny here, and there should be space down to the inside of Hamlin. Although Denny's got good straight line speed. Now we need somebody to come give us a push. We may have a drag race for the stage. Not sure if the 2's going to give us a shove. Hamlin with a run on the outside. We need the 2 now. Look at the 51 coming out of nowhere. That'll be 3rd in stage 1. Oh, man. What are we going to do at the end of this race to try and win it? What are we going to do? We actually gained a spot on pit road over the 51. As stage 2 is underway in the Daytona 500. 29 laps here in stage 2. We are not clear of Denny, which means we're stuck here on the outside, which is the last place I want to be. I want to make it to the inside as quickly as I can. And if we can get a run off of Denny here, We should be able to do that and might even make a pass for the lead. Cole Custer with a shove. He doesn't drop to the bottom. Now he does. I was hoping he was going to shove us a little bit farther out in front, and he still will. Now he backs off. Oh, we are a sitting duck. But it looks like we're going to be able to lead the lap. No pressure from the outside. Just one lane to block with Cody Ware, pushed by Austin Cindric. Harrison Burton, J.J. Yaley round out the top 5. Oh, a little bit of a bobble. We definitely don't want to make a mistake, let somebody get to our inside, and then get stuck on the outside where shit can go horribly wrong. There goes Ware to the high side. We'll stay on the bottom. Stay here with Cindric. Bubba Wallace can't race. That is very incorrect. Yes, he can. Speaking of, we just got passed by Bubba. Look at the run the outside lane's getting. We drop back to 7th spot. Got a huge run. Be patient, wait for our spot. Well, I was going to try and follow my teammate here in Larson, but he wants to drop back in behind Bubba Wallace. As Bubba Wallace leads the Daytona 500 for the first time today. Cindric actually had a look on our inside. Thankfully, he didn't go for that. I was not expecting that at all. And Bubba to the high side, so we're just going to stay on the back of Larson, shove our teammate in the 5 to lead his first lap of this Daytona 500. Cindric had a look again. We could just ride around in 2nd for a while. Truthfully. I feel like that's safer for us. Maybe. Huge run from the 2. I tried to get down and cover, and now we're on the outside. We're going to hold back a little bit here. Screw teamwork and drop to the inside. Big push from Ross Chastain. Whoa! Not sure what happened there with Suarez. A little bit of indecisiveness. The field led by 2 blue ovals for the time being. Huge push from Chastain. We'll go to the inside of the 2. And back to the point again. A little squirrely with the shove from Chastain. Not sure if I really want Wreck-It Ross in behind me. Would be interesting if they had programmed the AI in to have a little bit more personality, not just be the exact same. Like if Ross Chastain was perhaps a little bit more aggressive, or Brad Keselowski was the one that gave you the hardest shoves here at Daytona. Huge run from the 18 on the outside. Come up to cover that to try and lead this lap, which we will. Now we'll probably let the 18 go. All about being there in the end. No. I would say I don't know where the talk of Bubba Wallace can't race comes from, but for the most part I know where it comes from. There's so many worse drivers in NASCAR, dude. And it's 23 years to the day since we lost Dale. We won the Xfinity Series race yesterday in that Dale Jr. throwback that originally had the 3 on it. So that felt nice. That's why I wanted to run the Corvette in our endurance races. Because of the 01 Rolex 24 where Earnhardt Sr. and Jr. ran that race together shortly before Dale passed. Whoa, wow. I was looking at chat. 78 came out of nowhere. That is the second time He has been a missile today as we get a massive shove from Chastain. Oh, and he's making a move to the outside. Kind of forced that for him. We screwed up. And it's the 78 of BJ McLeod that leads the lap. Noah Gragson came down, hit us in the front for no reason. Ryan Preece, don't you think about it. Massive run, nowhere to go with it. Got it a little bit too early. And we talked about it. It wasn't in my channel. It was in Austin's channel where we talked about the day Dale had passed and how it was probably one of my first sports memories that actually stuck with me in life. And the fact that it's been 23 years is just insane, man. And it's to the day here now. Things are getting dicey up here in the front. We got a lot of the back markers up here. The 78, the 62, the 50, the 15, the 51 behind us. We are just trying to survive. Chastain gets squirrely. Feels like the AI really upped the aggressiveness. I don't know what they're doing. It's kind of spooked me a little bit. I don't want to make any drastic move. We could shove Chastain to the lead, but I don't feel as confident as a pusher as Gragson got squirrely in the middle. No, I definitely went and I remember crying quite a bit after the Mike Helton announcement. It was, well, so my dad was a Dale fan, which in part made me a Dale fan, of course, so. And then I stuck with Dale Jr. until his retirement. Don't have anything for Chastain. Is the outside line too powerful for the time being? I was going to jump up in front of Gralla, but I don't think that's going to be the answer. The 21 is about the only, you'd call it, fast car up here. Gragson doesn't know what to do. He's going to get shuffled out. I did forget about Chastain. I kind of forgot he was up here. We're going to give a bump to Ross, get him to the inside of the 15, and then back off. He's actually going, he was thinking about a pass for the lead as it's Corey LaJoie to the point now. Chastain wants me to push him on the outside. I'm not going to do that. We'll stick in behind LaJoie and see if we can't get back to the lead for the first time in a few laps. With the 51 of Cody Ware behind us. I was expecting a shove from the 51. We never got it. So we're not going to lead the lap. The 7 pulls away again. 18 to go in stage 2, which means pit stops are approaching. We actually picked up some damage on one of those bigger shoves from the AI. Here's Cole Custer. He wants to push me to the outside. That's not where I want to be. We need to wait for LaJoie to leave something open on the bottom. He does here. So we'll move to the inside of the Spire Motorsports number 7. And hope Cole Custer pushes us for a good while. And I moved up the racetrack a little bit, so he backs off. Got our teammate on the high side. Tiny little block, just trying to lead the lap, and that's not going to happen. Huge shove from former Daytona 500 winner Michael McDowell puts the 9 in the lead. We're going to break up McDowell and Elliott. We touch the apron, and Custer pieces out. Huge shove coming from the 31. Oh, boy. I should have got off the throttle. We're going to leave Cole Custer banging, hanging, whatever. He threw the block, and that got scary. Massive shove from the 47. These AI are insanely aggressive here, and I don't like a single bit of it. We're going to have to repair that damage. It's not really affecting the car at the moment, but Oh, boy. Not the time to give me a bump. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is the car behind us that shoves us to the lead. Oh, boy. Here comes the 21. A little mini block trying to work both lanes. 21 drops off. Watch the high side out of turn 4 here. Todd Gilliland in the 38, who was up front earlier today, now making a move to the outside. Pushed by the 21 of Harrison Burton. Stenhouse with a shove again, and it put us down on the bottom lane as Stenhouse tried to move to the middle. We got Kyle Busch in the 18 in behind us. Gilliland's car feels fast. I'm trying to get a run on it. It's not that great of a run, and here comes the 47. Kind of glad I got out of the way of that. Maybe a push from the 18 here.
Still there.
No, at least not yet. As there goes the outside lane again. Stenhouse drops down. Kyle Busch's refusal to push me is certainly interesting, but it is relatively early. We're just going to ride around here. Don't want to make it 3 wide. Don't want to have anything stupid happen. Pushing Stenhouse to the high side, but the 38 goes with the 47 of Stenhouse. And here comes a shove from Chastain. He about fucking right reared us. Oh, watch. Oh, boy. Chastain's going to get trapped in the middle. He was not clear of us. Really surprised he didn't come down. Now we get a run. Is there anywhere to go with it? Not really. You poke out from the draft, man. It's tough sledding. 3 wide. In behind Custer, and we have to get off the throttle as Gilliland was able to come down. Now it's Chastain in behind again. We got to run, nowhere to go with it. Chastain again. Big shove. Come with us, Ross. And he does.
All clear.
At the very least, if we don't win this race, I'm going to lead the most laps. Which I think currently we're on pace to do. 12 to go in stage 2. Custer to the inside. Oh boy. Chastain making a move around the outside. The amount of lead changes we've had in this race. The amount of different leader. Whoa! Oh boy. We got a shove from 2 different cars. Yet we keep it straight enough. Oh. Jesus, Cole. Do we really need to get shoved up the track every time? Nowhere to go with a run. Do not push me. Just going to feather the throttle a little bit to try and keep the 41 off my back bumper. He just wants to push so bad. Now you can oh, God. No, not there. Oh, and Cole Custer to the outside again. Well, we don't have any friends now. 3 wide on the outside of us. Now it's Biffle in behind. And we've got a caution. Oh. Jesus fuck. It is so tough to see some of these runs coming, man. Everyone's pitting. Yeah, I guess we might as well get the pit stop out of the way now. We're not going to have to pit the rest of the stage, so. We actually have 0 seconds on the damage. We're going to hit repair on that anyway. Just because I mean, Lord knows. I think we dropped a spot and we're starting on the outside, so this isn't good, but dude. This is what the super speedway races are like in the 2022 version of this game. It is it's a workout. It's something else, man. Just insane shoves from the AI at times, to the point that we picked up apparently not any measurable, but some sort of damage. I mean, the speed difference at times is just nuts. Feels insane. All right, let's finish off stage 2. We restart in 8th after the caution that allows the field to pit. We started moving up the track as we were controlled by the AI there for whatever reason. All kinds of a mess and nowhere to go to try and drop down to the bottom. Now we will. But we were a little late shifting in doing so. I was just trying to get down to the bottom here so we have a chance to stay here. It's really the first time all day we've had the 11 in behind us. Logano drops down, the 11 moves up. And there is a run. We're going to get a massive shove from our teammate in the 9. Oh, Cole Custer. Dude, Cole Custer has been a menace in this race. Do we have anywhere to go with this run? Outside of pushing Joey Logano? No. Here comes the 9. We'll shove the 22 to the front with 7 to go in the stage. Wonder what happens if we just do this. If we're just locking bumpers and bump drafting the entire way around. I mean, I feel like if this could work if the 9 stays with us for 6 more laps. Now, we're not pulling away, but we don't need to pull away. And then when it gets to the final lap, probably down the back straightaway, then we pull out if we're in a scenario like this. A 45-2. Whatever we're doing, it's fast. Now, I don't like running the middle line in this scenario. That's not great. And the 9... Oh, Joey! Nearly in the wall. Oh, boy. I don't know about this. I don't know about this at all. Let's get off the gas. We actually put a big gap on the field here. Here's a shove from the 9. Is the inside open? No. Logano holds the bottom. We'll have a run to the inside eventually. 5 to go in the stage. Here's the push from the 9. And back to the lead. Oh, the shoves, man. It's just fucking stupid. We pick up damage again? Yes, we did. Either that or it never got fixed in the first place. We're going to drop down in front of the 31 to maintain our inside line position. Another lap led. 4 to go in stage 2. We'll cover off Logano for the moment, but it's the 9 coming around the outside that is going to threaten our lead. But then that run dies out. We may have to come up and cover Logano a little bit. Can't block the 9. Here comes the 31 with a shove. Justin Haley pushing us into turn 3. And out of turn 4, will he shove us enough to lead yet another lap? Whoa. About got hooked there. It's so easy, it seems, to catch the next-gen bumper where it upsets the car. It was never like this before with the flat bumpers of the Gen 6. I think that is Kurt Busch on the outside lane in the Jordan brand car with a run that we'll be able to cover off for the time being and then back down to the bottom to stay in front of Justin Haley. I do still suspect that 45's getting a run. Won't be enough for the moment. 2 to go in stage 2. Here's the 38. We'll be a little bit more aggressive with the blocking here because I do, like I said, still want to pick up a stage win. Those points are going to help us later in the year. We're going to be doing this NASCAR season all throughout the season. So any playoff points we can come up with, going to be huge. I do think the 38's going to have a run on the outside here that we're going to have to worry about as we're going to be coming to 1 to go in stage 2 of the Daytona 500. The 38 doesn't really have any help. I'm not super worried about him for the time being. We might throw a little block. Now he's got a little momentum. And then back to the bottom in front of Haley. Yeah, actually, we're going to be in front of Kyle Larson, who made a move to the inside of Justin Haley. So we have a teammate behind us, but certainly not going to be acting like a teammate by any stretch of the imagination. We'll put the block on Haley. This has worked the last few laps. And now back to the bottom in front of the 5. I see the 38 potentially coming up with a run in the middle, but it looks like we're going to get it done. Bubba Wallace to the outside in 3rd, but we'll win stage 2. A lot easier to do that one, and that was actually nice. I mean, we actually got to hold the lead for a little bit, make some blocks. That was some good experience here with these cars. Stage 3 of the Daytona 500. Bubba Wallace is on our outside. No bad restart here. But that does mean we're going to be a sitting duck here by about turn 3 or maybe even before. Denny Hamlin in behind us. Is he going to give us a shove? Does not appear to be the case. And for the first time all day, we see the 6 of Brad Keselowski in our rearview mirror. Well, we've seen Chastain in behind us, another one that's kind of notorious for pushing a little bit too hard and causing some accidents. That'd be Brad. Brad probably the worst offender of that, outside of maybe Ricky Stenhouse. But in recent times, it's been Brad. Todd Gilliland in the black 38 car on the outside trying to make something happen. Nothing happening on the outside lane for the moment, so we're able to maintain the lead. Brad not doing anything too crazy. Now he moves to the bottom, trying to get around us. We'll cover that off. I don't think I looked ahead of me the entire time down the back straightaway. I think it was just all mirror. So at the end of stage 2 and here at the start of stage 3 is the first time we've really been able to hold the lead all day. As they just can't get a run formed on the outside. There is a whole cluster of cars back there. Now Brad moves up to the outside, and I got nothing for that as he's pushed by Denny Hamlin. Now it's Corey LaJoie in behind us. I see Harvick, I think, in the middle. Logano making a move around the outside. A 2-car breakaway, but they're too wide. No idea why Hamlin pulled out from the back of Keselowski. That doesn't seem to be a very good move. We just have nowhere to go with a run. Logano gonna force it 3 wide here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, LaJoie. Corey LaJoie made a move to the outside, and we're getting shuffled back here. We need friends, and we need friends in a bad way. We pick one up with a 15 of Ryan Preece. Gets shuffled outside the top 10. I gotta pause the game and save that replay. Holy shit. Well, a little bit of work to do early here in stage 3. The 14 of Chase Briscoe with a shove to us. Been seeing his teammate in the 41 throughout the majority of this race. When I hit the apron is not the best time for a shove. Oh, God, neither is that. Heseman, stay with me. We'll get you to the inside of Coleslaw Custer. I do not like being in the middle of the pack at all. It is so dicey. Move to the inside of the 27, 3 wide on the exit of turn 4. Now Briscoe doesn't want to help us, but he's got his teammate Cole Custer that just dropped down in front of us. So for the good of Stewart-Haas Racing, he pushes us back inside the top 10. Another massive shove. These shoves from the AI are insane. Let's try and get a run off at Denny Hamlin. We actually lose the draft there for a little bit. Controller stopped vibrating. Not sure why that happened. I don't have the draft here either. Logano, Hamlin, the entire outside lane dropped to the bottom. We've got to run, but I don't want to force this to the outside. We've got a lot of time. We can be patient. Trying to move Logano up. Can't do it. And look at the outside lane. They've fizzled out. Only 2 cars, 2 Fords sitting there bumper to bumper. And then I think it was LaJoie. Oh, no, it wasn't LaJoie. Who else backed up? Back inside the top 5, J.J. Yaley is leading this race for the time being. Got a run on Hamlin. We'll go to the inside. He doesn't block. But we don't have any help as here comes the 47. 3 wide on the bottom. Yaley is breaking away. And we need a shove from Landon Castle in a bad way. We don't have any draft help at all. And we're dropping back again. Stenhouse will cut in front of us. I know, sunny skies, it's absurd, right? All right, of all times, could you shove me, please? Does that 77 not have the speed? What the hell? We'll settle in here behind Truex and patiently wait for our moment. If the 6 wanted to lock on right now, we could pull to the inside of Truex, but he's just not doing it. Can't tell who that is in the lead at the moment. It is Denny Hamlin. As the front 4 cars break apart, we'll make a move to the inside of Truex for 3rd. Not where we want to be. Watch out. Uh-oh. Our race could end right here if we're not careful. Massive shove from Logano. Oh, Jesus. Quit pushing me. I am actively wrecking. We're 4 wide. We got to get out of this before turn 3. We're getting squeezed. We're getting hooked. The 17's loose behind us, and he may have saved it.
Outside. All clear.
We stay green.
All clear.
Move to the outside. That's not going to be a very smart move. With 24 to go.
Car outside.
Drop back to the bottom.
Clear high. Clear high.
Jesus. How did everyone keep it straight there? I have no clue.
Top spring uses if you need it.
JJ Alien behind. For the moment, we're going to push the 22 of Logano. However, he's stupid and can't figure out a way to get around the quarter panel of the 47. Remember when we started stage 3 and we were comfortably leading? Okay, the draft is a little bit broken there for some reason. We're losing pace with Logano, and Jesus, we about got wrecked by the AI when the caution took over. But there is a caution that is going to make it so we can make it to the end of this race. Now, are tires necessary? We may... I'm gonna take 4 tires. I don't know if that's gonna put us farther back in the field. We're 5th as it stands. Oh shit. I was worried about that. I was worried about that. This is the farthest we've been back in the pack since about lap 4. We took 4 tires. The AI, at least some of them, took 2. But I didn't want to chance it. I haven't really been paying attention to the left side tire wear really all race, so I didn't know how long they'd last. I don't really ever run on this whole whatever the fuck they're running. 27 PSI, 50 PSI bullshit. Whatever the default setup is, it's very strange. So after the caution, we took 4 tires and are back in 18th and starting on the outside. Not a great situation for us. With 20 laps to go in the Daytona 500. We should be able to drop to the bottom, although, for whatever reason, the draft died, got my focus off of shifting properly, but now we're up to 5th gear. Inside line's going nowhere. What? Nope, that's going to be 4 wide. Back out. If the AI are 4 wide, you're on the inside. They will turn down right in front of you. We need a shove, man. Come on, 15. Let's go. We're getting fucking killed here. Why is the AI just content to watch this happen half the time? Trying to get the draft is just so inconsistent. Like, I'm losing it on McDowell and I'm not even moving. Where's Timmy Hill? I think he's in front of us. I think he's the car in front of the 34. Yes, he is.
Still there.
We'll make that move. It'll be the car in front of us now, with Loris Hesemans in behind us. A long way back, but still a little ways to go. Back up to 16th. A huge shove from Hesemans. We'll take all the advantage from this. Chilling behind Cody Ware. Corey LaJoy with a move to the outside, then back. Make up your mind, LaJoy. We get a shove from Hesemans, not where we wanted. Jesus. How have we not wrecked yet? Oh, God. Ass-packed by the 27. And we have a caution. We are restarting again in 12th spot. We're on the outside again. Phenomenal.
All right, smart out here. Going green. Almost ready.
Green flag. Late stages of stage 3 of the Daytona 500. Short shift, trying to get to the inside of... I can't do it. Not clear, Blaney.
Going down low now.
3 wide in the middle. Not where we want to be. The middle lane goes nowhere. How are we down to 12th? I took tires and I shouldn't have. We're going to let off the throttle here so we can drop down to the bottom. Huge shove from Christopher Bell to the inside of his teammate, the 19 of Truex. Bell helps us out a ton as we are back inside the top 5. Oh, Bell. I had to back off the throttle, otherwise he was going to clobber us. Leader is Denny Hamlin. Last year's champion, Ryan Blaney, will be pushed to the lead by us. And Bell looks ready to go. He wants to make a move. Now we'll get the shove. And for the first time in a while, we're going to lead the Daytona 500.
Careful, still there. Clear all around.
200 miles an hour down the back straightaway, but the Gibbs car of Christopher Bell pushing us. Now he backs off. Now, can we hold the lead a little bit? Probably not, since I just whacked the apron. But there's no threat from the outside as of yet. There's one forming. I think it's Logano back there with 13 laps to go. How quickly things can change. Two laps ago, we were down in 15th. Or somewhere around there. Little bobble. Watch out for Bell. I don't want to get super aggressive on the blocking until about 2 laps to go, as there goes the 38 again. The 7 making a move in the middle, and now we get the shove from Bell. Long as we're in position here with 1 lap to go. Apparently we're going to push Landon Castle to the lead of the Daytona 500. Now back off. Is he going to hold the bottom? Yes, he is. No, he's not. We will take that inside. And another shove from Bell. Back to the point. Bell is relentless, dude. Bell with our teammate Chase Elliott in behind. Bell with a move to the outside. We'll block that off. For the time being, I think he's going to get a run, and he might be pushed by Ryan Preece in the 15 car. I think that 20 is going to get a run. He did. We block it for the moment. Now back to the bottom. 11 to go. If we can manage these 2 lines, I mean... obviously, that's going to be ideal. Similar to how we ended stage 2. I just don't know how possible that is. And now there's a 3rd line with Denny Hamlin. We can't let the bottom go. Nowhere near time to settle down and try and just be the Pied Piper. We've got to play this a little bit smarter here today than we did in the Xfinity and the trucks. Another shove from Chase Elliott. I would say we have most laps led locked up. 10 to go in this year's Daytona 500. Landon Castle had a run. We got in the way just enough, I think, to the point that that run dies out. He had to lift. And now it's just Elliott. The AI loves to move from the bottom all the way to the high side. Elliot's going to kind of screw himself here. We got two different runs coming on the outside. Harvick, and I think that was Cody Ware. Well, actually, it was Landon Castle. A Mustang and a Camaro behind us. Harvick and Elliott. Kurt Busch makes it 3 wide.
Outside.
And there goes Harvick, pushed by Landon Castle. Harvick with a move to the middle lane. So he'll get the shove from Chase Elliott. And here comes the 16 of Allmendinger. My God, pushed hard by the 17 of Buescher. Another massive run coming from that middle lane. And we get shuffled all the way back to 9th because of that. Oh, Blaney. What was Ryan Blaney thinking coming down on us? Blaney backs out. Now we've got the run back into 4th spot with 8 laps to go. We've got Kurt Busch trying to give us a shove. We're going to reject that for the time being. And holy 21 car. Out of nowhere in behind the 16. We'll give the shove to Haley around the 17 of Buescher. Now, we were in this spot again in stage 2, and I thought that this might be a good play for us to just sit here and lock bumpers forever, but then we about put Logano in the wall and we backed out of it. But it might still be a little bit too early to start thinking about that with 7 laps to go. Haley holds the inside, can't take the push from Kurt Busch. Now I'd welcome it, but he backs off. It would really be unfortunate if the 31 car, the car we were supposed to drive, wins this race. Come on, 17. There we go. Buescher with a huge shove. About wrecked us. Six to go. I would not be surprised if there's another caution at some point to set up a late race restart. Would not be surprised at all. It's the 27 of Hesemans. I thought about blocking it. We're going to let that go. Timmy Hill, who's the one that pushed us to the front, locked on the back bumper of another Ford. 27 Heseberg car. But now Buescher giving us a shove. And he may stay locked on for a while as we just take the lead at the exit of 4. He might lock on to the middle of the tri-oval here. 5 laps to go. Oh, watch out. That 17 looks racy. The 12 of Blaney. A little bobble there. We're going to have to let Blaney go. JJ Yaley with a push. We nearly got stuck in the middle there. And now another shove from the 17. Chastain shoving Haley to the inside of Blaney. In a perfect world, we'd be in second spot in that instance on the final lap and then make it move to the outside and hope the AI follows, but there's no guarantee the AI follows. 4 to go. Yaley moves to the outside. The 17 not on our back bumper yet. Now he is. Well, if we're in that spot on the final lap, that's going to be a bad time to get left alone, as here comes Timmy Hill. How this race started was a massive shove pretty much from 30th to the lead from Timmy Hill. The 17's coming, with now 3 laps to go. Gonna try and play both lines, but that 17 has showed a lot of speed. We about let the inside line go, which may have ended our race. I just got up in front of the 17. But now they're looking to be 3 wide. Blaney with a run. Ryan Preece in the Rick Ware car, making a move for second. 3 wide is pretty much the worst case scenario. I can only block off that run once. I can't swerve back and forth. We lead with 2 to go. Blaney with a massive shove from past 500 winner, last year's 500 winner, in Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ryan Preece has been behind us before and refused to push us. And now we don't have any help. Freight train of cars around the outside. We drop back to 7th. What a big run here. Timmy Hill. Oh boy. I guess we need to go with the middle line.
Hold your line. All right, clear outside.
Nowhere to go with anything.
Careful, still there. Got a car high now.
Move to the bottom. No help from behind.
Outside, outside.
Can't tell who the leader is. We're gonna have a run, but do we have anywhere to go with it?
There.
A big push to the inside of Blaney. It's not going to be enough, or is it 3 wide at the line, and it's 3rd place in the Daytona 500. We needed that shove just a second earlier. It was almost perfect. We cannot stay undefeated at Daytona this year. Joey Logano wins the Daytona 500. Oh, that's so brutal, man. Well, let's see what happens here. Some of the AI cautions, maybe we'll get a better clue. There we are, starting back in 37th. And on lap 5, we led for the first time today. And there's Timmy Hill. He pushed us all the way up here. Another pass for the lead. We're going to go play golf now. Wrap up the Genesis. We'll see if we get into some Eagles or maybe Maple Leafs tonight. We'll see. Golf will be a nice chill out. Still no indication on any of the cautions, although I don't think we had one this early, so... This is after the pit stop, when we got locked on to Greg Biffle. Those passes were all on pit road. BJ McLeod and Todd Gilliland trade paint. Did this happen 2 days in a row? The AI got LePaged in the Xfinity race yesterday, too. And then the checkered flag? What? Oh, that's the stage. That was the end of stage 1. We make contact. Yeah, I'd say he's shoving us in the fucking ass. And then the stage 2 win. We at least did win a stage. Wait, that's what? There, let's... We make a pass for the lead off after the restart. I think, right? Or is this still stage... There, but that's the end of stage 2. Now we're back on track. See if there's anything else funky that happened in this race. Man, if only we had Christopher Bell behind us. He was pushing real great earlier. Not really much of an indication as to what the cautions were here today. None of them have popped up on the replay. Led with 2 to go. You had a feeling it was only a matter of time. 71 minutes that took. Not as long as I thought. As we take a look at the race results, though, there's us in 3rd. Joey Logano wins his 2nd Daytona 500. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was the one, I do believe, that gave us a push there at the end. Ryan Blaney, who was up front most of the day, in 6th. Ryan Preece, who had stints up front, finishes 7th. Bubba Wallace in 8th. Corey LaJoy 9th. Daniel Suarez rounds out the top 10. Kyle Busch, who we didn't see a lot of today, finishes 12th. Chase Elliott fell all the way back to 17th. JJ Yaley, who was up front with like 2 or 3 to go, finishes all the way back in 18th spot. Cindric, who was up front early, finishes 19th. Greg Biffle, who was a big part of our race, back there in 20th. Even Loris Hezemans all the way back in 22nd spot. Kurt Busch 23rd. Denny Hamlin won stage 1. He finishes 24th. Dude, what happened to some of these guys? Buescher's all the way back in 25th. He was up front with us late in the going. Think about how much worse this race could have gone for us. Harvick in 26th. Ross Chastain 28th. Past 500 winner Michael McDowell in 30th. Kaz Grala. Christopher Bell fell way off, too, as well as Cole Custer and Eric Almirola. Cole Custer about wrecked us 3 separate times in this race. Kyle Larson finishes 37th. Keselowski in 38th. Eric Jones and Austin Dillon do not finish the Daytona 500. Woo, race earnings, yay. We do lead the point standings. Okay. We got 1 playoff point. I would assume for leading the most laps, maybe? Can you even earn 52 points in a race? All right, the stage points. Well, we didn't win the race, but we're the points leader. And there we go. Fastest lap goes to Timmy Hill, probably when he was ass-packing us to the front. We led 33 laps out of 100 in this race. Probably the biggest mover as well, 37th to 3rd. Tough break, I'd imagine, is Larson. It's actually Brad. Started 3rd, finished 38th here today. By a car length, man. We're that close. It's tough to win these super speedway races in this game, man, I tell you. It's really, really tough.